Hello everyone, welcome to MBA Karo. In this video, I'm going to discuss CAT 2021 Slot 1 Quant questions and let's see that how these questions could have been done in the best possible manner. So let's begin with the first question. Now, whenever you have this kind of question wherein a long series is involved, right? It says that x0, x1 is given to us. We are asked about x2021. Okay, so we know that we need to find the cyclicity because you cannot keep calculating till x 2021. Okay, so let us start with this thing. So x0 is given to us as 1, x1 is given as 2, x2 is equal to, now if you put n equal to 0, x2 will be 1 plus x n plus 1. So basically it will be x1 upon x0. Okay, so we put these values. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, 3 by 1 is 3. Okay, so x2 is 3. Similarly, if you have to find x3, x3 will be equal to 1 plus x2 by x1. Okay, so 1 plus x2, that is 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 by 2 is 2. Okay, then we find x4. Like this, we'll keep finding for some values. So 1 plus x3 by x2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 by 3 is 1. Then we need to find x5. x5 will be 1 plus x4 by x3. So 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay. Then x6 is equal to 1 plus x5 by x4. So this gives us 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2. Okay. So x7 we'll find out 1 plus x6 by x5. So that is 1 plus 2, that is 3. 3 divided by x5 is 1. So 3. So do we see some pattern? The same thing arising again and again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 again coming up, isn't it? So if you see the observe the cyclicity, it is like basically 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay. You can calculate up to here, but not needed. Then 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. It will come like this. Then 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is how the cyclicity will go on. So it is a cyclicity of 5. Okay, so every fifth term will start with 1 and then 2, 3, 2, 1. If we see like x0 is this, so x2020 will also be 1. So x2021 will be 2. So the answer is 2. So every fifth term like x0, then 5, then x10. Okay, it will be x0, x5, x10 and so on will be in this same value. So x2021 will be 2. Next question. Fx is given to us and we have to tell when it is negative and what are the range. So there are two ways to do this. Okay. First way is obviously by using options. But in case of options, like it might take more time for you to check. Suppose the answer is option D. So you will have to check till option D. But that is the safest thing if you do not actually know how to solve these questions. Okay. Then second thing is we need to factorize the numerator and the denominator. Okay, and we need to find the critical points. So if we look at this, now this is x square plus 2x minus 15. Okay, that can be written as x plus 5 into x minus 3. Okay, and denominator is x square minus 7x minus 18. That can be written as x plus 2 into x minus 9. Okay, so the critical points that we get are minus 5, minus 2, 3 and 9. Okay, now at these values, at 5, minus 5 and minus 5 and 3, the values will be 0. Okay, because this will become 0. At x is equal to minus 2, it is not defined because denominator will be 0. Okay, and x is equal to 9, also it will not be defined. So these are the places where it is not defined. Now what we need to find that where it is negative. Okay, so if let us say the values are more than 9, if x is greater than 9, what will happen? This will be positive, this will be positive, everything will be positive. So here we get a positive result. Okay, Now, if it is between these two values, 3 and 9, right? If it is between 3 and 9, what will happen? That this will be uh, positive, okay, because it is addition. This will be positive. This will be negative because this is less than 9. Okay, so less than 9 minus 9 is negative, and this will be positive because it is more than 3. So what will happen? We will get a negative result here. Okay, now if it is between 3 and minus 2, okay, so this is, let us say, 0. Okay, so simple value. This will be negative, this will be negative, okay, and these two will be positive. So that means we will get a positive value here. Okay, similarly, if we check for the next one, it will be negative here, and beyond this it will be positive because all four values uh, will be negative in this case. So we have a product of four numbers that is negative, positive. Okay, so we know that within this range it is negative, and within this range it is negative. So the range is -5 to -2, okay, and union of 3 to 9, that is given in option A. Okay, but if you started with the option, that could have been the best strategy in this case, but it turns out to be like you need to know the appropriate method as well, how to solve such questions. Okay, next question. A circle of diameter 8 inches is inscribed in a triangle ABC where ABC is equal to 90 degree. If BC is equal to 10 inches, then the area of the triangle in square inches is. So we have a triangle like this. ABC is 90 degrees. So ABC, that is 90 degree here. And we have a circle inscribed in it. Okay. Now, if you have a circle inscribed in this and its diameter or radius is known to us. Okay, not good at drawing. So its radius is 4. This is 4. Okay. Now this side is given to us as 10. Now, how do we solve this? So there are two ways. One is the conventional way, and then I'll tell you the way that you should be approaching these questions. So this is equal to 4, right? So if we connect this, this will also be 4. Now this is a square, isn't it? So this from B to, let us say, this point is P. This is Q. This is R. Like this, just taking random numbers, random points. So this is 4. Okay, so let us say we know that from a point, from a tangent, from a exterior point, the tangents are equal. So this is 4. So BQ will be 4. So QC will be 6. Okay, so CR will be 6. And let us say this value is not known to us. AP is equal to X. So AR will also be equal to X because from an exterior point, the tangents are equal. Right, so this is 4, this will be 4, this will be 6, and 6, and so if you do like if you apply Pythagoras theorem, you say that x plus 4 whole square plus 10 square is equal to x plus 6 whole square. Okay, so you get that x square plus 8x plus 16 plus 100 equal to x square plus 12x plus 36. Okay, so x square gets cancelled. We have 4x. 4x is equal to 80 or x equal to 20. Okay, now we need to find the area of this triangle. So this side is 24. Okay, you will say half 24 into 10, that is 120. Okay, but this is like this is the right approach, nothing wrong in that. Okay, and it should be followed if you are solving this question. However, you should know Pythagorean triplets. It's a must. Like if you know these Pythagorean triplets, right, you could have solved this question within a minute. Now, Pythagorean triplet, we know that 10 is one of the sides. Okay, so there is a triangle with the 10, 24, 26. There is a triangle 5, 12, 13. Okay, and there is a triangle, you just multiply it by 2, you get the sides 10, 24, 26. Now, how does this help is, one thing you keep in mind is whenever there is a theta question, right? The theta questions have an integer answer. Remember this thing in mind. They will not give they will not give decimal point as answer. The reason is, let us say if they give 12.5 as the answer, some person might put 12.5, okay, some person might put 12.50. So it would be difficult for them to like answer, figure out the answer. So always remember that theta questions have integer answers. So the side length would be some integer, okay. And remember this Pythagorean triplet without, means you can verify by using this thing, right? That is a better way to do. So if you see that 10 20, like if we let us say put 10 24 26, I know that 10 24 26 is a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, so if I put 4 6, I will say this is 20, and I will say this is 20 and 6, 26, perfectly fitting. So instead of solving this, you could just use this thing and get the answer fast. Okay, you could verify also. It would take hardly take any time to verify also. So that is the best approach in these questions, remembering the Pythagorean triplets. Next question. Identical chocolate pieces are sold in boxes of two sizes, small and large. The large box is sold for twice the price of the small box. If the selling price per gram of chocolate in the large box is 12% less than in the small box, then the percentage by which the weight of the chocolate in the large box exceeds the small box is nearest to. Now, how do we solve this question is, we have two boxes, small and large. Okay, we are given the ratio of the prices, right, and selling price per gram, right? Selling price per gram, something is given about them, and then that is price, the price thing is also given, and then you need to find the weight. So basically what will happen is, we say that weight into selling price per unit of weight, that is selling price per gram, right? So let us say weight in gram into selling price of, will give the selling price, isn't it? Weight into selling price per gram, so gram will cancel, you will get the rupees per gram the unit would be, right? So let's just use this and calculate the answer. So we are given that the large box is sold for twice the price. Okay, so let us say this is sold for smaller one is sold for 100, so large will be sold for 200. Okay, and the other information that is given to us is that the selling price per gram of chocolate in the large box is 12% less. So this is 12% less. So let us say in this selling price per gram is 100, okay, and it will be 88. Okay, now if the selling price per gram is 100, so weight will be 1. So we need to find the weight of this and compare with respect to this thing. So weight of this larger chocolate will be 200 by 88. Okay, and it is exceeding by how much, right? It exceeds by so this is the weight, so that comes out to be, like, you can divide by 8, that will be 25 by 11. 25 by 11, that means 2.27, right? 22, then 330, so 2.27 this thing, right? So it is 2.27, so it exceeds by 1.2727, right? So 127% is your answer. It exceeds by 1.27 grams, so the answer is 127%. Next question. This is a question based on logarithm. 5 minus log 10x plus 4 log 10 this. So what we need to do is, we just take variables on one side, okay, and let 5 be this side. So if we bring all the variables this side, it will be log 10 root 1 minus x square, and if we bring this side, it will be log 10 root 1 plus x minus 4 times of log 10 1 minus 1 by root x. Okay, and this complete is equal to 5, right? Acha, now we'll do the x this thing. So log 10 common, okay, this is 1 minus x square, and this is plus 1 plus x, right? So we will multiply log a plus log b, and this will be uh, now see this is basically minus 4 times of, so we can say that this raised to the power 4, okay, this raised to the power 4, so this will become, sorry, I have written it this way. Let's say this is, so it would be basically minus this of 1 minus x, right? So that will become, it will come in the denominator, and it will be 1 minus x raised to the power 4. Okay, so this will be equal to 5. So log 10x, fine, and plus this will go here, that will become positive, and when it goes here, it will become negative, minus 4. So minus means division. So division, and this is 4, so it becomes a power here. Okay. Now, if we see this 1 plus x and 1 minus x square, right? 1 plus x and 1 minus x square, that is 1 upon 1 minus x. Isn't it? 1 plus 1 minus x square is 1 plus x into 1 minus x. So we get 1 minus x here and 1 minus x raised to the power 5. So that is basically log 10 1 upon 1 minus x raised to the power 5. Okay, and that is equal to 5. So this means 1 minus 1 minus x raised to the power 5 is equal to, this will be 10 to the power 5. Okay, or we can say that like 1 minus x under root is equal to 10 to the power minus 5. If we take reverse the power, so that will be 10 to the power minus 5, or we can say that root 1 minus x is equal to 10 to the power minus 1. Squaring both sides, so we will get 1 minus x is equal to 10 to the power minus 2, that is equal to 0.01. So x is equal to 0.99. Okay, it is asking 100x. 100x will be equal to 99. Okay, so question based on logarithm. Let's see the next question. A basket of 2 apples, 4 oranges, and 6 mangoes costs the same as a basket of 1 apple, uh, 4 oranges, and 8 mangoes, or a basket of 8 oranges and 7 mangoes. Then the number of mangoes in a basket of mangoes that has exactly the same cost as the other baskets is. So we are given that 2 apple plus 4 oranges plus 6 mangoes, right? That is equal to 1 apple plus 4 oranges, okay, plus 8 mango. Now what we see is we are reducing 1 apple. Okay, the price is same. We have reduced 1 apple and we have increased 2 mangoes. Right? The price remains the same. So that means 1 apple is equal to 2 mangoes. Okay. Now this price is the same as 8 oranges plus 7 mangoes. So this price is same. Now what we will do is we will subtract apple, substitute apple with mangoes, because eventually we have to find for mangoes. Okay, so we will substitute apple with mangoes. So can we say that 1 apple plus 8 mangoes, that is 10 mangoes, okay, plus 4 oranges, or if you substitute here also, that will make the same thing. 4 to apple will be 4 mangoes, 4 plus 6, 10 mangoes, plus 4 oranges. The price is same as 8 oranges plus 7 mangoes. So if we bring it here, we see that 3 mangoes is equal to 4 oranges. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to substitute everything in terms of mangoes. Okay. So let us substitute like oranges. So this gives oranges is equal to 3 by 4 of a mango. Okay. Now we have just mangoes. So we need to find out how many mangoes will be the cost of this basket. You can put in any of these three equations. This is the best one because you do not have to substitute for two. Okay. So 7 mango plus 8 oranges would be 7 mango plus 8 oranges will be 8 into 3 by 4 mangoes. So that turns out to be 13 mangoes. So the basket have the same cost. So we have 13 mangoes in that basket. If you put in any of these, you will get the same result. Better put in the one in which it has the least number of variables. Or if you put here also, you will say that it will be 3 mangoes, 1 apple is 2 mangoes. So 2 plus 3 plus 8, again you get the answer as 13 mangoes. Next question. If the area of a regular hexagon is equal to the area of an equilateral triangle of side 12 centimeter, the length in centimeter of each side of the hexagon is. one of the simplest questions in the examination because it requires just putting up of formulas. Okay, so area of a regular hexagon, you must know that it is 3 root 3 by 2 a square. Okay, and equilateral triangle, it is root 3 by 4 s square, right? Or like where s is the side, a is the side. Okay, all right, so we need to find the side of the hexagon. So 3 root 3 by 2 a square is equal to root 3 by 4, it is 12 square. Root 3 gets cancelled, so we need to find a. So this is 3 times, okay, 4 3 12, 3 3 gets cancelled, so we get a square is equal to 24, or a is equal to root 24, or 2 root 6. Such a simple question. So there are some sitters also in the examination, you must know that. If r is a constant such that x square minus 4x minus 13 is equal to r has exactly 3 distinct real roots, then the value of r is. Okay. Now it has 3 distinct real roots. Now we have a mod, we have something in mod. So basically we get two cases from it, x square minus 4x minus 13 is equal to r, or we have x square minus 4x minus 13 is equal to minus r. Okay. Alright, so we can say that x square minus 4x minus r plus 13 equal to 0. Okay, or in this case we get x square minus 4x plus r minus 13 equal to 0. Okay, alright, now in this thing we need to remember one thing that you must know is if d is greater than 0. Okay, so you have two distinct roots. Okay, if d is equal to 0, we have one root, and if d is less than 0, you do not have any no real root. There is no real root in this sense. So we basically have two quadratic equations. Okay, and we need to have three roots. So that means one of the equations will have two roots and another equation will have one root. Okay, so let us find out d in both the cases. Now d is b square minus 4ac. Okay, so let us put here. So in this case, this is 4 square is 16 minus 4 into this 4 into now this is minus will become positive 4r plus 13. So we will get 4r plus 52 plus 16 is 68. In this case, d will be equal to 16 minus 4 into r minus 13. Right, we did positive here because like this was negative negative, that turned out to be positive. So we get this will be 52 and this will add up to, so 68 minus 4r. Okay, so we get d is equal to this. Now we know that r is positive, r is greater than equal to 0, r is greater than equal to 0 because it is a mod thing. Mod function is always greater than equal to 0. So this is going to be positive only, right? This d cannot be equal to 0, right? The d is equal to not 0. So we can only have d equal to 0 in this case. So if we substitute equal to 0, we get r is equal to 17. So at r is equal to 17, this equation will have only one root. Okay, and this equation will have two roots. So there are total of three roots. So the answer is 17. Okay. Next question. Amal purchases some pens at rupees 8 each. To sell these, he hires an employee at a fixed wage. He sells 100 of these pens as 12 at rupees 12 each. If the remaining pens are sold at 11 each, then he makes a net profit of 300. While he makes a net loss of 300 if the remaining pens are sold at rupees 9 each. The wage of the employee in rupees is INR. Okay. So now how do we solve this question is, let us say we do not know how many pens he sold, right? We are given that he sold at least 100 pens, and beyond that like for 100 pence the price is fixed. Okay, now if he is selling at 12 rupees each, right? So he has already sold 100 like 100 pence at 12 rupees each, 100 at 12 rupees each. So in this case, in case 1, case 1, his profit is given by what is his profit? So 400 rupees ka profit, because 4 rupees profit in each pen, right? 400, and what will be the remaining profit? The remaining profit is that the remaining profit is he's selling at 11 rupees. So 3 rupees per pen. Suppose he sells n extra pens. Extra pens, here I mean that apart from 100. For 100 we know, okay? So apart from 100, whatever extra he sells, he will sell at 3 rupees. So 3 rupees, that means he is earning this much profit, okay? Now this is equal to, he has to pay wage also, and he has to make profit of 300 also. So wage plus 300 he needs to make on that. Okay, that is the total profit. So wage he so after selling all this profit, he will get profit into two parts. One is basically one goes to the wages, second goes as a profit. Okay, now second case, he's selling first 100 pence for 12 rupees, so 400 ka profit, and then remaining are sold at 9 rupees each. So that means he is making n rupees on each, 1 rupee on each pen. So n pence he will make n rupees. Okay, now in this he is giving wage, but he is having a loss of 300 rupees. Okay, he is having a loss of 300. So we need to find a wage. Okay, so we need to find w, so let us remove n. Okay, so let us multiply this by 3. We get 1200 plus 3n is equal to 3w minus 900. Okay, so this is first equation. Second equation, second equation minus first equation gives us, this is 800, n and 3n will get cancelled, this is 2w, and this is minus 1200. So we get w is equal to 1000 rupees. So the answer is 1000. Next question. The number of integers n that satisfy the inequalities, n minus 60 mod is less than n minus 100, less than n minus 20 is. Okay. So how do we solve this question is, like one way is that you should know that the distance, right? If I say mod, this means the distance between 2 points. Okay. So let us say I have a point n, and the distance from 60 should be less than the distance from 100. So this is 60, there is a point 100, and there is a point 20. 3 points given to us. So case 1, we need to find the points that are closer to 60 than from 100. So their midpoint is 80. Okay, so if a point lies here, so n minus 60, so let us consider this part. N minus 60 will be greater than n minus 100. So at 80, this will be 0. I mean, this will be equal. Okay, we do not have to get equality. And if it is beyond 80, so basically in that case, it will be opposite. Okay, so this will lie between 60 and 80. Okay, so it should be greater than 60 and between 80. Right. Now second case, if we take second case, we have to take the values wherein this distance, okay, this distance is less than, so the distance between a point we need to choose, that is the distance from 100 and 20. The distance from 100 should be less than from the distance from 20. Okay, so in this scenario we will get points like uh, the distance from 100 should be, so the point is this. Okay, so the midpoint is 60. Okay, so if we have the distance from 100 less, so we will get this point. Okay, so in the first case we have the range in this, and second case we have the range like this. Okay, so the common range is between 60 to 80. In the first case, we see that it has to be less than 80 because beyond 80 it will be closer to 100. Okay, and in this case we see that it has to be more than 60. So what is the common portion? We see that 61 to 79. So there are 19 numbers, 19 integers. We need to include all of them, right? We need to include 61 also and 79 also. That is by distance thing. Other thing is by equation. That is the simplest way. If you do not understand by distance, you do not visualize, that's perfectly fine. So if you see n minus 60, we cannot take both positive, right? If we take n minus 100, you will say that, okay, this is not possible because n will get cancelled. So we'll have to take 100 minus n here. Okay, so if we take this, so this gives us that 2n is less than 160, so n is less than 80, right? So first criteria done. Second criteria, we have these two equations. N minus 100 is less than n minus 20. Okay, so we cannot take like this, n minus 100 is less than n minus 20. So what we will do is less than 20 minus n. Okay, so this gives us 2n is we say that 2n is n minus 100 is less than this, so 20 minus n यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. So 2n is less than 120. How is it coming? It should come the opposite, that is n greater than. Okay, so we will have this thing basically. 100 minus n is less than n minus 20. Okay, so we get 2n is greater than 120 or n greater than 60. Right, so in this case also we get the range from 61 to 79. So we have 19 integers. Okay. All right. Next question. Anil invests some money at a fixed rate of interest compounded annually. If the interest accrued during the second and third year are 806.25 and 866.72 respectively, the interest accrued during the fourth year is nearest to. Now this was a calculation intensive question. And one might have used calculator in this. So if you are not confident of the answer, you could have used a calculator in this carefully. Okay, but I'll tell you how to do this. So in case of compound interest, we know that this happens in like in case of compound interest, that is in GP. Okay, so we say that amount is equal to P1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T. Okay, so that becomes a geometric progression. So this is the factor by which it gets multiplied every time. Okay, so the compound interest for second year and third year, so it forms a GP always, right? So just take an example. Let us say if you have 1,000 rupees and 10% interest, right? So first year, so compound interest in first year will be 100, second year it will be 110, third year it will be 121, 131, 3.1 and so on. Okay, so you see that the ratio is same. Okay, so basically what we need to check is what is the rate of uh, so in second third year it was 866.72 and second year it is 806.25. Right, so what we need to do is we can find the rate of interest. Okay, and let's calculate using that way. So rate of interest, if you see, roughly 60 rupees increase, right? 60 rupees increase by 806. Rough, we are doing some rough calculation. So we know that 800 plus 60 upon 8 is 7.5. So roughly we can say 7.5%. Okay. Now, the next year the interest should be plus 7.5% of this. Okay. So 866 because 7.5% we need to calculate. So 7.5%, can we say that, like we know that 75 is 3 by 4. Okay, 75% is 3 by 4. So we can say 3 by 40. So let us just calculate 3 by 40. Okay, and we will do very rough calculations. So this gives us that 217 into 3. Just very rough calculations. That is 651. So we need to add 65.1, right? Roughly add 65.1 to 866. 866 plus zero point 0.7, right? So we get 931.8. So somewhere close to 931.8. So this is the closest value that we will get. Okay, so you will have an increase of 7.5%. Rough calculations needed in this, you could have done and got the answer. Okay, now another approach that you could have used while using the calculator is, now this is in GP, right? So like whatever is this term, so it is 806.25, this is 866.72, okay, and this is, let us say, that is X, right? So these are in GP. So you could have used that X is equal to 866.72 whole square upon 806.25. Now this you could have done only using a calculator. Manually it is not possible. Okay. So this is the approach that you could have used. Either you have used the calculator to answer this question, since calculator is available in CAT. And the second approach would have been this thing, very rough calculations. I calculated that it is roughly 7.5%. I calculated 7.5% of it, which turned out to be 65.1. So I added that value and I got 931.8, which is pretty close to the actual value. So that is the answer to this question. Let's see the next question. The number of groups of 3 or more distinct numbers that can be chosen from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that the group always includes 3 and 5, while 7 and 8 are never included together. Okay, so we need to find this number of groups. Okay, now 3 and 5 are already together. Okay, so we need to make group of 3 or more. So suppose if we need a group of 3, and how many numbers needed, and we will find the number of ways in which we can include these numbers. Okay, all right, so if we need a group of 3, we need a group of 4, we can make a group of 5, we can make a group of 6, we can make a group of 7. We cannot make a group of 8, because if we make a group of 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all, if we make all, so both 7 and 8 will come here. Okay, so we need one number in this case, we need two numbers in this case, we need three numbers, four numbers, and five numbers in these cases. Okay, now we have six numbers left, right? We included 3 and 5, so we have six numbers to pick from, right? Now in how many ways can we pick one number from 6? That is 6C1. Okay, now this is a simple case, because like we cannot have 7 and 8 together, right? They should not be together, we cannot have them together. Now if we take two numbers, so this is 6C2. Okay, 6C2 we have picked this. Now there will be one way when 7 and 8 both are together, because like we have to pick two numbers. One case will be when 7 and 8 are together. So that means we will subtract 1. So this gives us 14 as the result. Okay. Now if we have to pick three numbers, we can pick 6 and 3. Now we have to remove 7 and 8 together. Now suppose, what are the cases where 7 and 8 are together? So that means that out of those six numbers, we have already picked 7 and 8. Okay, and we are picking, see, we have to pick a total of three numbers. Okay, so we have already picked 7 and 8. We need to pick one more out of remaining four. Okay, so the numbers are 1, 2, uh, 3 is picked, 4 and 6. So basically if we are picking one out, we have to exclude the case like these. So how many ways? So we have to pick 4 out of, like we need to pick one out of that, right? So we get 20 minus 4, that is 16. Now if you have to pick four numbers, so we can pick four numbers in 7 6 C4, and we have to exclude the cases in which we have picked 7 and 8. Now those cases will include that we have picked 7 and 8, And apart from the rest, we are picking two numbers. So we need to exclude these cases. Okay. So that gives us 15. 15 minus 6, that is 9. And the last case will be we are picking five numbers out of 6. And we need to exclude the cases where 7 and 8 are together. Which means we have picked 7 and 8. We are picking three more numbers out of this bracket. Okay. So 4C, 3. So this is 6 and this is 4, that is 2. So total cases we will get as 20, 36, 45 plus 2, 47. So that is the answer to this question, 47. Next question. Suppose the length of each side of a regular hexagon ABCDEF is 2 centimeter, and we are also given that T is the midpoint of CD, then the length of AT in centimeter is. So let us draw a hexagon like this. Okay, so this is A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, now we need to find the T is the midpoint of CD. T is the midpoint of CD, and we need to find this length AT. Now, how do we solve this? Is see, I mean, in hexagon, you should know the critical points, basically, like joining of these points. We know that in a hexagon, the angles are 120. Okay, in a hexagon, all angles are 120, regular hexagon. Okay, now when we consider this side is 2, this side is 2, this side will be 1. So in this triangle, these two sides are equal and this angle is 120. Okay, so this will be 30 and 30. Okay, now what we can do is we can find this length. See, basically what will happen in this case is this angle is 120, this angle is 30, so this angle is equal to 90 degree. Like this angle ACT is equal to 90 degree. So we need to find this. So if we know this, if we know AC, right, we can answer the question. So how to find AC? So again, let us split this triangle like this way, right? So we know that this is like if this is a right angle triangle, 30, 60, 90 triangle. So in 30, 60, 90 triangle, the side opposite to 60 degree. So in 30, 60, 90, remember that the ratio of sides are 1, root 3 and 2, the opposite sides. So now if this is 2, okay, so this will be root 3 and this will be root 3 again. See, symmetry, you need to check the symmetry. So A to, let us say this point is P, A to P is root 3 and P to C is root 3. So AC is equal to 2 root 3. Okay, simple. I mean 30, 60, 90. Remember this because many a times you would be given questions wherein 30, 60, 90 or 45, 45, 90 triangle will be used. Okay, all right, so let us see this thing now. Now this is AC is 2 root 3 and CT is equal to 1, right? So 80 will be under root of this square. So 2 root 3 square is 4 into 3, 12 plus 1, that is root 13. So this will be root 13. Okay. Next question. Suppose hospital A admitted 21 less COVID patients than hospital B and all eventually recovered. The sum of recovery days for patients in hospitals A and B were 200 and 152 respectively. If the average recovery days for patients admitted in hospital A was 3 more than the average in hospital B, then the number admitted in hospital A was. Okay, so a lot of things given to us. So we have two hospitals A and B. Okay, we know that average is equal to sum upon number of values. So average into number is sum. Okay, now we need to find the number of people in this, right? So average into number of people is equal to sum, that we know. So for this, we are given that sum are 200 and 152 respectively. Okay, we need to find the number admitted in A. So let us say this number is X and average recovery is y. Okay, just taking the numbers x and y. Now for B, it is given that in a hospital A admitted 21 less COVID patients. So if the number of patient here is x, this will be x plus 21. And the average recovery days for patients admitted in hospital A was 3 more. Okay, if it is 3 more than this, so in B, the recovery rate will be 3 less, so y minus 3. So basically we can say that this into this is 200 and this into this is 152. So let us solve for this. So we have two equations and two variables, we can clearly find it. So xy is equal to 200. From the second equation we will get xy plus 21y minus, it is 21y minus 3x minus 63 is equal to 152. Okay, now this is 200. If we simplify this, we will get 21y minus 3x is equal to 15, or 7y minus x is equal to 5. Okay. Now what we will do is, we will substitute y in this equation and get the answer. Okay. So we can say that y is equal to x plus 5 by 7. Put this in this equation. This is 200. Okay. So we can say that x into x plus 5 is equal to 1400. By just looking at the values, we can say that 35 into 40. So x is equal to 35. So the answer is 35. Okay, number of people admitted in hospital A is 35. Next question, the amount Neeta and Geeta together earn in a day equals what Sita alone earns in 6 days. The amount Sita and Neeta together earn in a day equals what Geeta alone earns in 2 days. We need to find the ratio of daily earnings of the one who earns the most to that of the one who earns the least. Okay, so let us do this. Nita plus Gita is equal to 6 times of Sita. Okay, second thing is given to us, Sita plus Nita is equal to twice of Gita. Okay, so just subtract it. So we see that uh, Gita minus Sita. Okay, so when we do the subtraction, that is 6 times of Sita minus 2 times of Gita. So if we see this, this comes as 3 times of Gita is equal to 7 times of Sita. Okay, now Gita upon Sita, we can get the ratio. Gita upon Sita is 7 and 3. Okay, so we have NSG. So Gita is 7 and Sita is 3. Let us put in any of the equations. Okay, so we get that Gita is 7, so this will become 14, and Sita is 3, so Nita will become 11. Or if you want to check verify again, we can put here also. If we put Sita is equal to 3, that is 18, and Gita is 7. So again we will get Nita as 3, right? So it is saying the most to the least. Most to least is 11 ratio 3. That is the answer to this question. Easy question. Okay, let's see the next one. Amar, Akbar and Anthony are working on a project. Working together, Amar and Akbar can complete a project in 1 year. Akbar and Anthony can complete in 16 months, and Anthony and Amar can complete in 2 years. If the person who is neither the fastest nor the slowest works alone, the time in months he will take to complete the project is. Now, whenever we are given this kind of question, there is like the person who is neither the slowest or the fastest. So you do not need to worry about the names, right? Who is taking how much time, because we are not at all concerned about name. We just have to find the person who is taking the intermediate amount of time. So when two people work, let us say x y z, right? So x plus y are taking 1 year, and it is given in months. So this is 12, right? When x and y work, they take 12 months. When y plus z work, they take 16 months, and when x plus z work, they take 24 months. Okay, so we will say that work is equal to LCM of 12, 16, 24, 48. So x plus y will do 4 units, y plus z will do 3 units and x plus z will do 2 units. Okay, so when we add this, we get 2 times of x plus y plus z, they do 9 units, right? So x plus y plus z do 4.5 units. Okay, now they are doing 4.5, so one of them is like, if you subtract 4, so one of them is doing zero point 0.5 units. As I said that you do not need to worry about names, okay, because we are not concerned who is who. Okay, so 4.5 minus 4, one person is doing zero point 0.5 because two are doing 4, total they are doing 4.5. Another person is doing 1.5 units and the third person is doing 2.5 units. Okay, that is the amount they are doing. Now we need to find for the person who is neither the fastest nor the slowest. So we need to find for this person how much time will this person take to complete the work. So the total work is 48 units and he is working at 1.5 units per month. Okay, so 48 divided by 1.5 is 32. So the answer will come as 32 months. Okay, now this name was not important here, so one that things one needs to keep in mind, otherwise you would have taken more time to solve this because you must be finding that who is that person. Okay, all right, so let's see the next question. The natural numbers are divided into groups as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and so on. The sum of the numbers in the 15th group is equal to. Okay, so if you see the groups, it's a very simple question, provided that if you can observe this carefully. So first group consists of 1, second group consists of 3 numbers, third group consists of these numbers and so on. So the last number of group is 1 square, this group is 2 square, this is 3 square. So 15th group, the last number will be 225, right? If we talk about the 15th group, the last number will be 225. And what will be the first number? For 14th group, the last number will be 196 because last number is n square. Okay, so 15th group will start from 197, 198 and so on, it will go on till 225. So we need to find its sum, right? So this is an arithmetic progression. So sum is n by 2 a plus n. N is how much? 120, this minus this, we have 29 numbers, 29 by 2, and this number is 197 plus 225, that is 422. If it is a theta question, then still it would have taken time. But if you see that 9, last digit is 9, last digit is 1, last digit should be 9. So do not worry about the remaining digits. The answer will be 6119. Such a simple question. So there are some questions which are sitters as well. Okay. Next question. Anu, Vinu and Manu can complete a work alone in 15 days, 12 days and 20 days respectively. Vinu works every day. Anu works only on alternate days starting from the first day, while Manu works on alternate days starting from the second day. Then the number of days needed to complete the work is, right? So AVM, they complete the work in 15 days, 12 days and 20 days, right? So if we take the LCM of this, we get the LCM as 60, right? The LCM turns out to be 60. So Anu will do 4 units, right? Vinu will do 5 units and Manu will do 3 units, right? Now Vinu works every day. So if we talk about day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 and so on. So every day Vinu works, okay? Now Anu works only on alternate days starting from the first day. So Vinu and Anu, and this is Vinu plus Manu, this is Vinu plus Anu, Vinu plus Manu, and so on, right? So Vinu is doing 4 units, no, sorry, 5 units, and Anu is doing 4 units. So first day 9 units are done. Second day 5 plus 3, 8 units are done. Third day 5 plus 4, 9 units. Then 5 plus 3, 8 units. So in a cycle of 2 days, they are completing 17 units. Okay, so when we conclude 3 cycles, right? So there is a cycle. So 3 cycles means in 6 days, 51 units will be done. 6 days, 51 units are done. Seventh day, on odd day, Vinu and Anu will work together. So they will do 9 more units. That is 60 units will be done on the seventh day. So it takes 7 days for them to complete the task. All right. Let's move on to the next question. How many three-digit numbers are greater than 100 and increase by 198 when the three digits are arranged in the reverse order? Okay. Now, see, this is a simple thing. If you know that, how does this thing work? So I'll explain how to do this. So let's say a number is of the form 100A plus 10B plus C. Okay, three digit number. When you reverse it, what it becomes? It becomes 100C plus 10B plus A. Okay, it is saying that the number gets increased by 100. Okay, so it should be R increased by. Okay, so some typo here. Greater than 100, R increased by 198. So when we subtract this, we see that it is 99C. Okay, minus 99A is equal to 198. So that means C minus A is equal to 2. So remember this thing in mind. So when you're reversing and it gets increased or decreased, so that is the difference between, like, whatever the increase or decrease is given to us, divided by 99. So we get 2. That is the difference between units and hundreds place. Units and hundreds digits. Okay, now there is an increase. That means first digit should be smaller. Okay, C minus A is 2. So C third digit should be higher. So we need to find from greater than 100. So if we take 100, we get the second digit. The last digit will be 3. If we take like 2, we get 4. If we take 3, we get 5. We get 4 and we get 6. For 5, we have 7. 6, we have 8. And 7, we have 9. We cannot use beyond that. Okay. Now this digit can be filled from 0, 1, like this can be filled in 0 to 9, right? So there are 10 ways, isn't it? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So there are 70 such numbers. So 10 ways of filling each of these, and there are 7 such cases. So 7 into 10, 70 numbers exist of this pattern. All right, let's move on to the next question. Onion is sold for 5 consecutive months at the rate of rupees 10, 20, 25, 25 and 50 per kg respectively. A family spends a fixed amount of money on onion for each of the first 3 months and then spends half that amount of onion for each of the next 2 months. The average expense for onion in rupees per kg over these 5 months is closest to. So question based on average, a simple question. Now what we need to assume is, let's say that the expense is 100 for first 3 months, 100, and half for the next 2 months. Right, that is the expense, and the price is this. So what will be the quantity? When we have to find average expense, total expense upon total quantity that they purchased. So total expense, if we see, this is 300 plus 100, that is 400. And total quantity, if we see, this is 15, 15 plus 5, 20, 22. So 400 by 22, or we can say 200 by 11. 11 into 18 is 198. So closest approximately you get the answer as 18 rupees. Okay, so this is how we do this one. based on weighted average. Two trains cross each other in 14 seconds when running in opposite directions along parallel tracks. The faster train is 160-meter long and crosses a lamppost in 12 seconds. If the speed of the other train is 6 km per hour less than the faster one, its length in meters is. Okay. Now we have a faster train. Okay. It covers 160-meter long and crosses a lamppost in 12 seconds. Okay. So we need to just understand time, speed, and distance. So distance is 160 meters. Okay. Time is taken is 12 seconds. So speed will be 160 by 12. Okay. Now this you will get in meter per second. Okay. So we need to convert it to kilometer per hour. So if we convert to kilometer per hour, we get 32, and this is 3 by 2, and that is 48 kilometer per hour. Now this is train 1. For train 2, they have given the speed is 6 kilometer per hour less. So the speed is 42. Now when these two trains are moving in opposite direction, it is going at 48, it is going at 42. So their relative speed is 90 kilometer per hour. Now we need to find in meters, isn't it? So that turns out to be 25 meter per second. Okay. Now the relative speed is 25 meter per second. Okay. They take 14 seconds to cross each other. So the distance they must have traveled is 14 into 25, that is 350 meters. Now this 350 meter is 160 plus length of the other train. So length of the other train turns out to be 190 meter. So a simple question on time, speed and distance. Okay, so let's see the next question now. The strength of an indigo solution is equal to the amount of indigo in grams per 100 cubic centimeter of water. So that is what it defines what is the strength, and then we need to find out that like two we have two different bottles, and they have different strengths and they are mixed, and you get 21% strength. So we need to find in what ratio, like basically we need to find that. uh, so it's a story that a part of from the first bottle is thrown and replaced by an equal volume from the second bottle. Okay, so basically we are mixing two strength. One is 33 and one is 17, and what we are getting net 21%. So in what ratio should they have been mixed? That is 4 and this is 12, so 1 ratio 3. Okay, now let us understand the question. The question says that these were full. This is 800 ml and this is also 800 ml. Okay, now this, let us call this that this is bottle 1, which is 33%, and this is 17%. Now what has happened is some part from the first bottle is thrown. So this is now thrown away. Some part is thrown away. It is now partially filled. And then you are filling it to make it 800. Okay. Now we know that these two need to be mixed in uh, 3 ratio 1. So if we are making it total 800, right, it is saying that some part is thrown away and this is replenished with this thing. Okay, so you are throwing certain part and filling with this part. Now this is total is 800. Okay, इन दोनों का total 800 and that is in 1 ratio 3. So this is one part, that is 200 ml, and this should be the other part, which is 600 ml, isn't it? So this is 200 and 600. Now when you transfer 600 from here, we removed 600 from this, so we are left with 200 in this second bottle. So that is what it is asked. What is the volume left in second bottle? So that is 200 ml. Okay, so this was the solution to the questions, and we did all the 22 questions that were asked in this examination. And some of them were sitters, some of them lengthy, some of them were moderate. So, based on your judgment, like how well you are aware of the topics, and like accordingly, you must tackle those questions. Not to attempt each and every question, you must attempt the sitters first, and then move on to the moderate and difficult questions. So if you enjoyed the explanation of these questions, don't forget to like the video.